Welcome to Three Questions, sponsored by the 18th Legislative District, Washington State Democrats. I'm your host, Wil Fuentes. My guest today is Hector Hinojosa, who is the past president and founder of Vancouver Metro Council. In addition, Hector is currently the Deputy State Director of Washington State LULAC. Hector is here today to talk about LULAC, what they do and how they impact the community, an organization that has been advocating for the rights of Latinos across the United States for the last 100 years. Question number one. Hector, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
Hector, good. Hector, I've known you for a while, and for as long as I've known you, you've been involved with LULAC, one of the local chapters. So I want you to explain, to our audience member, folks who have never heard of LULAC. First of all, what does LULAC stand for? Well, we want to know what its mission is. What role does the Metro chapter, which is one of two LULAC chapters here in Clark County, but what role it plays in the community?
Okay. Well, LULAC stands for League of United Latin American Citizens.
Okay.
And was founded in 1929 as a civil rights organization.
You said 1929.
1929.
Almost 100 years ago.
Yeah, 97.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason for its being is for civil rights and justice in many areas, economic justice, legislative justice, and educational justice. So our Vancouver Metro LULAC Council, it's our main pillars are economic justice, and then of course environmental justice, but that also includes food security.
Right.
So we're involved with many of the pillars of the national organization.
Oh, that's amazing. No, that's great. So it sounds like you're doing a lot of work for the chapter of an organization that's been around for a very, very long time, who has been an advocate for rights of Latin American community members across the entire country. Now, you did mention an interesting a point that LULAC, the Metro chapter, is involved in a lot of environmental justice issues. So I want to kind of dig a little deeper into that. Let me ask you this next question.
Okay.
Question number two. So environmental work isn't always the first thing people associate with LULAC, right? Yet your chapter has been very active in this space. Why is environmental justice so important to your organization?
A clean environment means good health.
Yeah.
So if folks are sick from a polluted environment, then that affects all of us.
Right.
But most of low-income housing and most of our community that a lot of the lower-income employees work in environments that are sometimes polluted, and so that is a very serious factor within our community. So we've been involved with both the city and the county in promoting environmental justice. So toward that end, we've served on panels, various of our members, with committee work, with environmental justice work with the county. And we've been deeply involved with the comprehensive plans of both the city and the county.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm very well aware about the work and the commitment that LULAC, Vancouver Metro, has been engaged in with both the city's comprehensive plan and the county's comprehensive plan. Now, as you're doing this work out in the community and you're just talking to folks, are there any specific environmental issues that are most affecting Latino communities and underserved communities here in Clark County?
Yeah, so fine particle pollution, so 2.5 micron and below, is quite, it affects everyone's health.
Right.
But because a lot of our community lives in areas that are heavily polluted,
right,
and thus it affects fine particle pollution affects both brain development in younger children, and it affects all our breathing. We breathe that in, and it affects how our health in the long term.
Yeah, and there are specific communities here in Clark County that are particularly vulnerable. Two that I can think of, and correct me if I'm wrong, one of them being Fruit Valley, which is right next to the train tracks, right? The train depot where trains hang out. And then in
the rail yard?
The rail yard, thank you. It's one of those 1880s terms that I keep on forgetting. And then, of course, the 4th Plain Corridor, right? Which is one of the lowest income underserved communities in Clark County. Are there any other communities that you can think of that are also being impacted?
Actually, all along Highway 14.
Highway 14.
Because of the rail lines. We have a lot of diesel fumes.
Mm-hmm. So SR14?
SR14. Mm-hmm. And then also, not just the rail, but a lot of heavy freight trucks.
Yeah.
Semis and so forth that run on diesel. So that generates a lot of fine particle particulate.
Yeah, which is interesting. You mentioned, that the corridor along SR14, which is right next to the railroad tracks, right?
Yes.
And that's not they're not necessarily low income or underserved communities. I mean, if you look either way, right, both towards River or up north of SR, I mean, these are nice homes. These are nice communities. So it doesn't just impact underserved communities.
Correct. It affects all of us.
It affects all of us. And you're out there doing the work, figuring out how we can better create healthy communities.
Certainly not by myself.
No, absolutely not.
The council is all involved in it.
Yeah, well, thank you for doing the work. I have another question for you, Hector. Question number 3. So here's my next question. But before I do that, I realize that in one of the questions I mentioned that the local LULAC was a chapter, and in fact it's not. It's a council. Is that correct? Perfect. Correct. So I wanted to make sure that I put that out there so folks didn't call me out on it. But here's my next question for you. One of LULAC's historic missions has been empowering communities through civic engagement. How are you encouraging people not just to vote, but to become involved in shaping the future of Clark County?
All right. So serving on community committees and commissions and so forth allows our members to become more familiar with the community and how a community functions. But in addition to that, I encourage people to join other nonprofit boards and other places where they can learn leadership, because that leadership will lead on into other things like running for office or being and seeking an elected position. So that, in fact, allows those younger members to become leaders truly even in the legislative area of our government.
Yeah. And I know, personally, a few of your members, the members in the LULAC Metro, and they're very deeply involved. They're not just involved in LULAC at your council, but they're also involved in a number of committees and commissions throughout the county. Now, what are you doing specifically? Is LULAC doing anything specifically this election year to get people out there to make sure that they're registered to vote and that they're voting for the right candidates?
We encourage all our members to become actively involved in the campaigns for leaders that they find to be worthy of the efforts that we try to champion. So if they work on the campaigns, not only they also learn how a campaign is run.
Right.
And then that gives them the insight in perhaps running for office themselves.
Yeah. And I have, experience with one of your members, Monica Sasueta. Do you know her?
Yes.
Who doesn't know Monica? Monica, deeply involved, current president of your council, but she supported my campaign. Everywhere I ran into her, she was wearing the elect Wil Fuentes shirt. So she was, and there were a number of other people that helped as well. And so that's a really, really good way to get people involved, get people informed, and ensuring that they're voting for the right people that really care about the county.
Yeah. So if a candidate embodies what the mission of what LULAC is, they don't have to be members,
right?
But they embody that mission of LULAC, and so we encourage them to take part.
Yeah, perfect. Hector, thank you so much. It was really, really great getting to know a little bit about LULAC. the work that they've been doing for almost 100 years, the work that your council here in Clark County is doing at the local level to ensure that people are informed, that they're aware of the challenges with our environment. We appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Folks, that is our show for today. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the notification bell. We will see you next time.